This video is to show you the different types of Carrera home racing track systems. I really want to show you the difference between Carrera Go and Carrera First, but I'll start with the largest type of Carrera track, which is the Carrera Evolution or exclusive track system. This track is designed to be used by the Carrera 1/32 and 1/24 scale cars, 1/32 and 1/24. So it's wide enough and large enough to accommodate both sizes of cars. The exclusive tag comes from the 1/24 side of the Carrera business, so the track is labelled as that, and also is labelled as the Evolution 1/32. Fairly large track, rigid plastic surface. These have stainless steel rails, so totally resistant to corrosion, and the only downside is the size, so you need a fairly large room to accommodate a decent sized track. That compares with the 1/43 scale track, which is Carrera Go, and here we are with two Carrera Go cars on. There's space enough for them to avoid bouncing off each other, and the Carrera Go track is the more home set type oriented system, because you can get a decent track layout on a tabletop or on the floor. So it'll fit in a corner of a room or whatever, so it's a convenient size to have used at home. Carrera Go comes in two voltages. There's a 6-volt version, which is battery powered, and a 14-volt version, which is powered by a mains electricity adapter. The power bases match the voltage system, so typically the Carrera Go power base looks like something like this. This one is 3-port connection. It has 2 ports for the controllers, and the centre one is for the power supply. So that's a fairly standard size, fairly standard type. There is a 4-port version which has 2 controllers and 2 power supply connections. That's to be able to separate the power for each lane from the other one. So the 4-port one is fairly common as well. More recently, Carrera started using this type of power base, which again is the same kind of track, so it's rigid plastic track, and it has the controller connections on the side like this, and it has a red base. So this is a fairly different technology from the all black, to give it a sort of coating. Different technology from the all black type power base. It's electronic inside, and the controllers are electronic inside as well, so you can't mix and match this power base with the older controllers or vice versa. This works at 14 volts. Obviously the 2 controllers plug in to these connections, and the single power supply plugs into here. The controllers for what I'm calling the all black coded power base is like this. It has a black handle and a black control connector. The controller for the more modern one, the red base, it has a black handle and a red connector for the controller, obviously, which matches and is keyed to the appropriate power base. Oops. The Carrera Go controllers can be identified by having this boost button, which can be useful, although I think that basically Carrera recommends that the boost is only used on the loop systems, where there's a 360-degree loop on the track, and you can pull that button to make sure the cars go around the loop fully. So the old style one has the red button for boost, and the black one, well, the one I'm calling black, again has the red boost button. The boost button effectively gives full power to the car on the track, and it's not controllable. It's either on or off. That's it can be a nuisance if you only have a small track. The other type of track here is Carrera First. Now, the Carrera First track is slightly smaller than Go. Hopefully you can see that. Slightly narrower width, and the rail spacing is different as well. So the cars end up much closer together. So if I put the Go cars on the blue Carrera First track, you see they're very much closer together, and that can be obstructive when you're actually racing. So best to stick with Carrera Go if you're using Carrera Go cars. The Carrera First system comes with its own set of cars, which are slightly smaller, and it has some sort of movie-oriented type vehicles as well, like the Mario Karts, which are common to a lot of systems, and these are quite nice to play with, but it's a matter of taste. The Carrera Go track, the blue Carrera First track is generally blue, but there are some black pieces as well, which can be confusing. So you can get confused, like I did there, with Carrera Go and Carrera First. But as I say, the width is different, and they're not compatible. The lugs on the end, as you can see, the blue ones are slightly wider, broader than the Carrera Go. So there's just no way you can connect these two together without, surgery. So that's a key thing to bear in mind. If you're trying to buy Carrera First track, it says underneath in tiny little writing, Rennbahn Allee 1. Apologies for my German, but Rennbahn racetrack, Allee, which I think is park, and Ein, I suppose, is German for 1. So that's the way to identify the first track. Carrera Go doesn't say Go on it; it just says Carrera, a small stamp at the top, and doesn't have Go embossed on the track anywhere. So that is why they can be confused. Carrera First uses a battery power source, which is kind of like this, generally like this. The batteries are C size, C cells, and as you can see, the hatch comes off, and you can leave the hatch loose, but it's normally screwed down to keep fingers out. So that's the power base. The controllers fit in here. The controllers for Carrera First are different. They do not have a boost button. There's no boost button. This is the most recent type, which is red and black colour scheme, with a simple two-way connector which plugs in to the power base like that. Same sort of thing, sliding thumb controller. All the Carrera controllers have thumb manipulation, operated by thumb. Just to finish off with the Go, there are some Carrera Go sets which are battery powered, and they come with a box generally like this, which is fitted on the side of the Go track, and they are 6-volt battery powered again 4 cells, but with the Go system they're D-sized batteries. Controllers for those systems, if you see a Go track advertised on eBay, they may have this kind of controller, which grey wires. The grey wire is the way to identify them. Sort of little round pin connector type connector. Same thing, being thumb or finger thumb operated. So you can identify that controller obviously will not work with the newer power bases like these. That will just not fit in. So it's something to be wary of if you're buying Carrera Go track on eBay or buying Carrera First. There are differences that make them incompatible. I think that's pretty much all I've got to say. I meant to mention the Carrera Evolution and exclusive controller, which is this type here. Again, a different kind of connector. And these are easily identified because they have a nice coiled, curly cable, which means you can, sometimes it means you can drag the track away with you, but generally it's a convenient way of allowing the driver to step back or whatever. So Carrera full size thing, no boost button. The boost button only exists on the Go system. There is actually an odd Carrera Go Champions set, which I don't think it's still available, but it's kind of unique in that it comes with a battery pack, power source, but is advertised as there being an optional mains adapter available. So you could run that from the mains. Obviously, if you buy the mains adapter, it would plug into the power base somewhere. It's not that type of power base, but it's similar. And you could then run it from the mains rather than having to have batteries, which can be annoying if they run flat, obviously. So the Carrera Go Champions set is a bit odd. The track is the standard Carrera Go track, but the power base is a bit different. I think that's all I've got to say. If I've missed anything and you would like to ask questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you, or someone else might get back to you, and we'll provide an answer, or perhaps point you in the direction of where you can find an answer. There are obviously forums, web forums, for 1/43rd scale slot racing in general, and Carrera feature heavily on those. But I'll put links to those in the description, and also to a web Zoom chat that is held. It's hosted in the UK, so it's English language, and that is a possible source of information as well. And I'll put details of that in the description as well. Hope that's been useful. See you again.